Have you ever felt like you're just constantly treading water as a manager?
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe it's a sudden flood of new responsibilities or just that relentless stream of urgent approvals piling up.
Or even just trying to juggle work with everything at home, family stuff.
Exactly. It can feel like an endless sea of tasks, really. That
Yeah.
inbox that just never, ever seems to empty.
Mm.
Well, here's the good news. You are absolutely not alone in feeling this way.
That's a relief for many, I think.
And even better, there is a clear, actionable path to navigate this chaos effectively. And hopefully with a lot less frustration.
Yeah.
We often think of time management as just, scheduling things. But the secret, it turns out, lies in managing both your time and your energy.
That's a key distinction. It's not just what you do, but when and how much mental fuel you have for it.
Right. So today we're taking a deep dive into some really practical steps from organizational consultant Dikla. They're designed specifically for managers feeling this exact overwhelm.
That's right. And our mission for this deep dive, really, is to unpack her simple yet really quite powerful three-step method.
Simple sounds good.
It is. And it can genuinely transform that chaos into a sense of control. Make your desk quieter, and maybe more importantly, make your mind quieter. We'll be looking at absorption, prioritization, and highlight.
Okay, absorption, prioritization, highlight. Got it. But first, maybe set the scene. The world of work has fundamentally changed, hasn't it?
Oh, definitely.
It's led to what feels like this constant mega-tasking environment, that overwhelming feeling of juggling countless, often unrelated tasks, interruptions.
Yeah, all at the same time, leaving you feeling stretched thin and, let's be honest, pretty exhausted.
Totally exhausted.
And this leads directly to a common challenge that many managers face: repeatedly delaying the truly deep tasks.
What do you mean by deep tasks?
Things like, writing, learning something new, detailed analysis, creative strategy work, the meaty stuff.
Right, the stuff that actually moves the needle but maybe isn't screaming for attention right now?
Exactly. Instead, you end up just firefighting, handling the day-to-day routines. And what's crucial here, and Dikla really emphasizes this, is that to break this cycle, effective time management must also include energy management.
Energy management. Okay.
Think about those tasks that are kind of stuck in your throat. They aren't just annoying. They're small, persistent drains on your, let's say, cognitive bandwidth.
Like a background app running on your phone, draining the battery.
Precisely. They create this mental background noise that exhausts you, even if you're not actively working on them. So Dikla's insight is that clearing these isn't just about efficiency. It's about freeing up the mental space, the energy you need for those truly impactful, deep tasks.
That makes sense. So if megatasking is the monster, what's Dikla map out of this maze? You mentioned 3 steps.
Yes, a refreshingly simple, yet profoundly effective 3-step journey.
Okay. And it starts small.
Very small. It all starts with dedicating just 1 hour a week.
1 hour, really, for all this chaos.
Just one dedicated hour. Imagine setting aside, say, Friday morning when things might be a bit quieter. Use that hour to collect and organize all your tasks using her method: absorption, prioritization, and highlight.
Okay, 1 hour. That sounds almost too simple given the level of overwhelm managers often feel. Is that truly enough? What's the thinking there?
Well, it's not really about the quantity of time so much as the quality and the consistency of it. That 1 hour is a dedicated, uninterrupted block purely for planning.
Ah, okay. Protected time.
Exactly. Dikla emphasizes that this investment, well, it pays dividends. It reduces that reactive firefighting throughout the rest of the week. It stops tasks getting lost and lets you be proactive, not just reactive.
All right, I'm sold on the hour. So if we're committed to breaking this cycle, where do we literally start? You mentioned the first step is absorption.
Yes, absorption.
Yeah.
This is all about gathering every single task you can possibly think of into one central place.
Every single one. Like
Yeah.
literally everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Think about where they hide. WhatsApp messages, notes from meetings, scribbles in notebooks, sticky notes on your monitor,
The grocery list on the fridge.
even the grocery list, and, of course, all those things buried deep in your email inbox. Get them all out, all in one spot.
Wow, okay. That sounds like quite an unloading process.
It is. And what's truly transformative here, Dikla points out, is including both home and work tasks in this single central list.
Okay. Not just work stuff. Why is that so important?
It's crucial because it helps you create a true, honest balance. It ensures neither sphere of your life gets neglected, And it gives you a complete picture of your entire mental load, not just the work part.
Right, because the stress from one spills into the other anyway.
Exactly. This lets you allocate your finite energy and time much more realistically across everything that demands it.
Okay, so you've poured everything out, every single task, work, home, everything. Now you've got this mountain of stuff. What's next? That feels like the hard part.
It can feel like it, but it's manageable. That's where step 2, prioritization, comes in. You take that huge list and you filter it.
Filter it how?
You move only the most impactful and efficient tasks onto a smaller, more focused note or list. And to do that, you need to ask yourself some key questions.
Like what?
Like, which tasks best serve my goals? Which ones lead to real effectiveness? Also, which task will create long-term efficiency?
Okay, effectiveness, efficiency.
And crucially, which tasks are just stuck in your throat? You know, the ones feeling frustrating and just draining your energy.
Those nagging ones. Identify the energy vampires.
Precisely. Connecting this back to energy management, identifying those stuck-in-your-throat tasks is absolutely central. It's not just the task, it's the mental load it creates.
That background noise again.
Exactly. Each stuck task uses up a bit of your brain's processing power. Dekla's approach sees that tackling or eliminating these immediately is like closing dozens of open tabs in your mental browser.
Frees up RAM.
Exactly. Frees up RAM for the truly demanding work. So these tasks need high priority handling, or, if possible, just get rid of them completely.
Okay, so prioritize the impactful, the efficient, and the draining ones. Then what? How do we actually manage them?
Right, here's how the distribution works.
Yep.
Only the small, quick tasks, things like making a quick call, scheduling a meeting, those go on that smaller, focus note for quick wins.
Okay.
But the larger, more significant tasks, the ones that need real time and focus, they must go directly into your calendar with dedicated time slots blocked out for them.
Putting them right in the schedule, not just on a to-do list somewhere.
Right into the calendar.
And how should we organize those calendar slots? Does Dikla suggest specific categories?
Yes, the source details some helpful categories.
Right.
And it even mentions using different colors as a visual aid, which can be quite useful.
Ooh, color coding. I like that.
So first, tasks with others, meetings, collaborations, that kind of thing.
Makes sense.
Second, urgent self-assigned tasks for work or study, things you need to do for your job. Third, urgent self-assigned tasks for home and family, acknowledging those personal priorities.
Important.
And fourth, and this is crucial, deliberately scheduling empty slots.
Empty slots, like scheduling. Nothing.
Exactly. Time for rest, time for those inevitable unplanned events that pop up, and time for just routine work that needs doing.
Wow. Deliberately scheduling nothing time. That feels almost radical for a busy manager.
It is, isn't it? But Dikla argues it's where resilience is built. It allows you to react strategically to the unexpected, rather than just constantly putting out fires by sacrificing other important things.
That makes a lot of sense. But you mentioned those empty slots are partly for unplanned events. What happens when the unplanned stuff just keeps eating those slots? How do we protect that crucial time, especially for deep work?
That's a really vital question. And Dikla acknowledges, look, unplanned events will happen. That's reality. The empty slots aren't just for rest. They're also your buffer zone, your plan flexibility. So by having them pre-allocated, you're ideally not sacrificing your scheduled deep tasks when an urgent request lands on your desk.
You're borrowing from the buffer instead.
Exactly. You borrow from your planned flexibility.
Yeah.
The key then is to reassess at your next weekly planning hour and adjust. Maybe you need slightly bigger buffers. Maybe something needs reprioritizing. It's an ongoing adjustment.
Yeah, it's adaptive.
And it's also worth noting, the source mentions that how you divide tasks in your calendar might shift depending on your management level. Higher levels often mean more meetings, so their tasks with others category might naturally be larger.
Right, makes sense. Okay, so we've absorbed everything, we've prioritized using those key questions, and we've scheduled big stuff. But how do we really make sure those important growth-driving tasks don't just get constantly pushed aside by the daily fires?
That brings us perfectly to the final step. Step 3, highlight.
Highlight, okay.
First, it helps to understand the concept of shallow tasks. These are the ones that, well, they tend to happen naturally because something external drives them. An email arrives, someone asks for something. They often erupt with high urgency.
Yeah, the squeaky wheel tasks.
Exactly. But you mentioned that constant firefighting managers fall into.
Right.
And it seems like the truly impactful, growth-driving tasks often get lost in that shuffle.
They do. They're the first to get bumped when things get busy.
Precisely. And Dikla stresses that These deep tasks, the ones where you are the engine, remember, writing that critical report, learning a new skill for your team, analyzing complex data, creating a new strategic plan.
The stuff that requires real brain power.
Yes, these are the tasks that truly drive growth and impact, and they must be highlighted. They need prominent space and dedicated attention in your schedule.
So highlighting means really protecting that time, giving it top billing.
Absolutely. They are often the most important tasks, yet paradoxically, they're the ones we procrastinate on the most. Why? Because they require focused energy and don't always have that immediate external deadline screaming at us.
No one's chasing you for it yet.
Right. So Dekla's point is crystal clear. If you don't deliberately highlight them, give them protected space in your calendar, they simply won't happen. The urgent will always crowd out the important.
Okay. Absorption, prioritization, highlight. It sounds like a really solid framework.
It really is.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener, trying to juggle everything? To sort of wrap this up, effective time management in today's complex world, it isn't just about rigid planning, is it?
Not at all. It's much more about a deep awareness. Awareness of your time, yes, but also your energy levels. And it's about personal adaptation to your unique reality, your specific demands.
It's not a one-size-fits-all spreadsheet.
Definitely not. The key to success, as Dikla outlines it, is really your ability to pause regularly that 1 hour a week, to collect all your tasks, work, and home, to prioritize them according to your goals and your energy, and then, crucially, reserve their place properly in your calendar.
Don't just list them, schedule them.
Schedule them. And don't be afraid to truly highlight those important deep tasks. Give them the protected space they deserve. Remember, time management is an ongoing process. It's a skill you build.
Like exercising a muscle.
Exactly. And the more you invest in it, even just that one focused hour a week, the less overwhelmed and hopefully the more in control you'll start to feel.
So here's a final thought for you to mull over. Which task will you choose to truly highlight first this week? Which deep task deserves that protected spot in your calendar?
We really hope applying these steps, absorption, prioritization, highlight, helps you see a real difference in your day-to-day work and life.
And remember, this valuable practical guidance comes from organizational consultant Dikla Erez. Her insights are really grounded in the realities managers face. Yeah, absolutely. If this deep dive brought you value, we definitely encourage you to look for more insights from Dikla Erez, perhaps on her blog. Or you can always explore other deep dive episodes on related topics like productivity and focus.